show about sex because if it's about sex, we're talking about it. My name is WolfLikeRoss. My friends call me Ross, so of course you are welcome to call me that as well. So excited to be ushering you into the third episode of our Valentine's series. Now, we've been profiling couples, and the couple we're about to sit down with today is very special because they, unlike any of the couples we've sat down with, have been married for 25 years. But before we introduce them, I'd like to introduce my co-host. I never do this alone. I do it with, she calls herself the village chick with plenty chic, my very good friend, otherwise known in the streets as Curious Cath. Her name is Ms. Cathy Malejane.
Thank you, Ross. So we are excited to bring you this series. It's Valentine's Day this month, and so we are just highlighting it. And by the way, speaking of highlighting, we want to send a huge highlight to 8 at Design for allowing us to be here and to shoot our shot right here, right? So the couple, as Ross has mentioned, has been married for 25 years. Well, actually more than 25 years. It was 25 years in 2025. And can I just confess a bit of bias here? I am related to one of the couple. Rapula and Kedibone Malejane are actually, they wear quite a number of hats. Rapula is a church leader. He's an NLP practitioner. He's a certified life coach, and he's also a couples coach, right? And then we've got Kedibone, who leads the women's ministry, and she's also a business development manager at Hope International Worldwide. So they have 3 children, and I think, as Ross has said, #CuriousCath has so very many questions. So let's let them take it away.
They've sat down to play our Purple Playroom card game, a very exclusive game that we will make available to you very, very soon. And there's some probing questions in there. Honestly, it takes a very strong, very willing to be vulnerable couple to sit down in front of each other and answer those questions. That is what you're about to witness on this episode, as well as a sit down with them afterwards that Cathy and I will do just to probe a little bit deeper into their relationship, their marriage. If you're a newlywed watching this, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Watch till the end. If you're a couple thinking about marriage, this is also the right place for you. And if you're a single and, wanting to take a look into what actual married life looks like, and not the fairy tale aspect of it, but what it looks like when it's raw and it's real, then you are definitely in the right place. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you have access, exclusive access to all our content, and follow us at the Purple Playroom on every single social media platform. We're going to pave the way, and let love do the talking. Welcome to the Purple Playroom.
Question number 1. What was your first impression of me?
That you're quiet.
Okay.
But I like the fact that you are focused.
Oh, okay.
And what was your first impression of me?
Okay, so, well, as you know, we met before we met. My first impression of you was, whoa, this woman is, in your face. Because I, remember the time when I was walking with a friend who happened to be someone you know. And so now I stood at the side as he talked to you.
Yeah.
And later, when we actually met face to face, I don't think I remembered it was the same person until later. But when we met, when you had come back from Johannesburg, you were living in Joburg at that time. You were visiting. And we were in a group, and someone suggested, can someone pray? And for some reason, you said my name, and we had not really interacted that much. So I felt like, how dare she?
All right. Okay, then, what first attracted you to me after that?
Yeah. I think the question should be the other way around. Because I think the thing that I felt was, wow, I think she likes me. So and remember that's an argument that we have. It's uncertain.
Who liked who first?
Who liked who first.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought. I thought, okay, and then maybe I should look further into this.
Okay.
What about you?
I think the thing that stood out for me was just your deep love for God, and just how you're not willing to compromise on the standard,
Yes.
especially the standard of purity. Yeah, that was a big tick.
I remember some incidents, but I think to this day, one of the things that I really love and appreciate about you is, of course, your love for God, but also your love for God's people, beginning with me.
All right.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. If it were up to you for our kids, would you want to work part-time? I know the answer to that one. Full-time? Will you want to be a stay-at-home parent?
I think you know. I would definitely want to be a stay-at-home parent, and I know that I've been asking you to work harder to replace my salary.
But why does it have to be me?
So, I don't know. Yeah. So, Wenna, would you want to? But I'll probably want to work part-time. I don't think I want to just be at home.
Yeah, I think so. I think your interests and hobbies would probably play a role in you working part-time.
But what about you? Would you want to be full-time, part-time, stay-at-home husband?
No, not stay at home, but maybe work from home.
Okay.
As I am doing.
Already.
Because I really enjoy what I do, so I would love.
So you're not working?
Yeah, I'm enjoying life.
Awesome. I feel the most loved when you. I can finish it up for you. When you.
Okay, finish.
I feel the most loved when you. Should I finish it for you?
Go ahead.
Touch me. What were you going to say?
Yeah. Well, touch is number one on my love languages list. Whatever I would have said, that's probably the most correct one.
So you asked me the same question? Yeah.
You feel loved when I do what?
When you are thoughtful. When you do something that shows that you are paying attention and, you act on it.
And I was proud of myself this morning.
Yes.
Okay.
That's another.
Outside of physical attributes, what do you think are some of my best qualities as a person?
Disciplined, consistent, hardworking. Yeah, those are some of the ones I can think of.
Yeah.
And of course, romantic.
Ah, nice.
Walek. What about me? What are the attributes that come to mind?
Yeah, physical. But I think you are a very deliberate person, especially with your relationship with God, that's one. But with other people, of the two of us, obviously, you are the one who connects better with people, and our daughter definitely picks up after you.
Yeah.
So the way that you connect with people, family, my family, I mean, you are probably a better friend to my mother than I am. I just love that about you. You are very thoughtful when it comes to people, and one of those people is here to give testimony to that.
Thank you. Okay, Mike, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Describe, if any, the ways in which our relationship has changed you. How has the relationship changed you?
Many ways. One just as I've just been saying, the way that I connect with people is different. You, in your being considerate, sometimes you think for me, because now I'm an introvert. And having people around at the house, especially after a busy week, can be very challenging for me. But the work I do is with people, about people. And but sometimes I find myself feeling like, yeah, well, people need this time with us, with me. People need to connect. People need me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think it has made me a better person as far as connecting with other people is concerned.
Yeah. I think for me, it's, it's, I remember when we, just after we got married, just getting to know you and realizing that was so different. Yeah, I mean, I'm the type that will just say it like it is. And I think the fact that you'd communicate back, how when I deliver whatever it is, needs to be done in a certain way. I think that has changed me, to be more calculated when I speak, to be mindful of the other person's feelings. I think the other thing that I would say, I don't really appreciate that much, but it's the way that the relationship has changed me is I feel like we became a little bit, what's the word? Like not going out there a lot, like with people. I would be thinking, okay, maybe Raps doesn't feel like going for this funeral or, this event. And I've learned to sometimes just let it be. Yeah. So in some ways, I think it has changed me, my character in not just going with everything, but thinking and planning. Yeah.
What about travel? I
Travel?
know when we met initially, you were not very much into traveling.
Yes. No, definitely. Yeah, no, I think,
Yeah. Crazy.
Is it my turn or your turn?
Is it me?
It's your turn.
When do you feel the most insecure? I guess in our relationship.
Most insecure right now. If you're asking me a few years ago, I would say maybe in our intimacy.
Okay.
But no, not anymore. In our relationship, most insecure is when we are doing, especially when on holiday, and we do activities that I'm not very comfortable with, like that involve heights or speed and all those things.
Yes.
I feel insecure a lot. I think we've talked about it, like I would feel like you want to run with it and you forget me. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the...
I remember as well, for the health issues that sometimes you have.
Yes.
Being afraid I might pass out or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think also with the health situation as I'm growing older, sometimes I feel like it's bothersome. Or kind of stress, every time just talking about how I'm not feeling well, and I know that sometimes, like I've said before, men tend to think when you come back and you're like, oh, my back is sore, I have a headache, I'm tired. It's sort of like a turn off or so.
Yeah.
So just getting that balance.
Okay.
What about you? When do you feel most insecure?
I think like you, it has improved over the years. There was a time when it was with intimacy, where I would, for quite some time, I would feel like I can't trust you to be available for me as far as intimacy is concerned, as and when I need to be. But I mean, the other day I was just reflecting. Actually, this week I was just reflecting. Wow, this has come so far. I feel quite secure in that nowadays. So I'm scanning my mind, trying to figure out, so what is it that I'm insecure about? I guess because obviously as a couple, we are also business partners. One of the things that crosses my mind from time to time is our financial stability. We're not doing badly, but I mean, it's a situation that can, you've heard that things happened and suddenly this family is, down and out. So sometimes when I think about it, it does bother me a bit.
Okay.
All
right. Thank you. When did you realize you were in love with me? When? Maybe at what point? Because I don't know if you'll remember the exact date or whatever, but yeah. At what point did you realize that you were in love with me?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one. Remember the whole issue of who fell in love with who first. But I remember this particular incident when my thoughts were going there too. I think she likes me. It was after a date, I think, or had we just met for lunch or whatever. And I put a chocolate bar in your bag. Then you called me later to say thank you. And somehow I just felt like this is different,
Wow.
I had done that for, other friends before, sister friends. We would go on a date, then we would write cards to say thank you, sister, for coming on a date with me. But this time, something was just different. Even the way that you were, communicating that just felt like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me is when I started missing you a lot, like during the day, or that's when I realized, okay.
Oh yeah, let me remind you a story. You know how we would, as single people at church, go, on dates in groups and have fun and talk. And this would not happen deliberately, but sometimes, there was a bit of being deliberate in the matter. But, brothers and sisters would come, study date, all organized. And then you would find yourself there, not on a date. I would find myself there, not on a date. I don't know if find myself is the right word, but evidently we would end up being on a date together, And it felt good to, be...
To cheat the system.
You see?
Your turn.
Okay. So, what's currently keeping you up at night and causing you stress that I might not know about?
That you might not know about? I don't know about the might not know about situation. Honestly, let me just say what keeps me
up.
I think it's mainly my health and the financial challenges around people that are close to us, family, and it's my prayer and wish that God will bless me with a lot of money so that I can solve a lot of problems. Yeah, I think that, but also just our financial situation where I just feel like I don't like where we're at right now. And that bothers me. It bothers me.
Obviously, it's things I'm aware, of where we are both over 50 and you at this point would like to see us independent as far as finances are concerned. dictating our time.
Yeah.
You know, as far as finances are concerned. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm also trying to think something that you might not be aware of.
That keeps
me up at night. I think I've told you everything that keeps me up at night. One of the things, though, is as you have mentioned, your health. You know, your health. Yeah, and the security of our daughters. You know, one of them is married. Two are outside the country. One is in the country trying to get out, and it's just, you know. So the thought that where are they going to be 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Yeah, it's things that I pray about a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kibali.
Yeah. If something comes up, I'll tell you. You will know.
Describe some times or areas in which you find it most difficult to be open with me. Times or areas in which you find it most difficult to be open with me.
Again, it goes back a few years. The issue of intimacy.
Yeah.
You know, because of our past, sometimes I would feel like this is difficult for me to bring up, because once I bring it up, it's going to feel like either I'm complaining or I want you to do something that you don't want to do, or that you're not prepared to do, or I want you to be at a place you're not prepared to be. So it used to be quite difficult. But now I think it's effortless. I guess being married 25 years pays off, eh?
It does. Yeah, but I think for me, it's in the area of health. Like I said earlier, I don't want to find myself in a situation where I'm communicating how I'm feeling and you think I'm communicating something else, that I'm not ready for intimacy. Yeah, so sometimes I hold off telling you that I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
And then I think sometimes it's you know, when we're talking about areas where, or times when I find myself insecure, I think those have been one of the hardest situations emotionally. Like I can remember one incident when we were on holiday go Namibia, you know, and I had not been well the entire trip, but I felt you were too excited to have fun and leaving me behind. I really, that still comes back to me, and I'm like, what was he thinking?
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's areas where I feel like I don't want because I want you to still have fun or to whereas, you know, I'm not in step with you. So
can I also say for me, when we have a conflict and we have not resolved it yet, we have not spoken about it, and I know that when you are very vocal with things, and now I take time to process. You know, and so sometimes I feel the pressure to speak, because if I don't say anything, again, with the past that we have, you start feeling like, am I angry with you? Meanwhile, now I'm processing. You know, and the words are not coming because I don't have so many words. You know, so in those situations, it becomes quite difficult. I get pressure from both ends. I need to speak, but I don't have the words to say. I don't have the words to say. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Your turn.
So, when was the last time our relationship pushed you outside of your comfort zone? Describe the situation.
Okay, Arab.
Not the last time.
I don't know the last time. Pushed me out of my comfort zone.
Out of your comfort zone.
And?
Describe the situation.
I'm trying to think of. I guess push me out of my okay, maybe. Okay, I was going to talk about a situation where we had a serious financial difficulty, but let me talk to intimacy. I think in our early years when we just got married, I think the idea of trying, new things in the bedroom. I was like, that was really out of my comfort zone. What? Good girl syndrome. I think I came in with a good girl syndrome. So just learning to relax and
Christian girl.
Exploring. That pushed me out of my comfort zone.
Out of my comfort zone. Now I know we have been through some difficult times. The financial situation you're talking about, where I went to a bank, borrowed some money, and ended us up in a very bad place. And I just felt like, but I'm to blame. I saw the red flags, and I don't know if it's something about me. I kept on hoping and hoping and hoping until it was too late. This person, it turns out, had bad intentions, and our family really suffered. Thank God we are out of it now. But that was not fun. That was very, very bad.
Okay.
That's one of the times.
I think even also the dressing up, wearing formal clothes for you was not always a comfort zone for you.
Because a friend of mine, I don't know who, a friend of ours, let me not say names because I might be thinking the wrong person, said about you, Hore, you can make a tracksuit look formal.
So you had to learn to
because you are such a girly girl. Now, t-shirts and jeans and shorts all day, every day. So being formal, even now, thinking about going out and dressing up formally can be a challenge.
In what ways do you sometimes feel underappreciated by me or other people?
Okay, I think let's talk about you. In what ways do I sometimes feel
underappreciated by me or other people?
Okay, so this is me. I consider myself to be creative. And sometimes I do something, and I'm trying to think of an example now. And you don't say anything. Sometimes you recognize it, and I can see that you recognized it, but you don't say anything, you don't verbalize it. And I just feel like, okay.
Example?
I'm trying to think of an example now. It's not, none is coming to mind.
Okay. It will come.
I'll tell you,
I'll tell you. I think two things. One is, they're related. I think one is when you are in your space, like when you do, for example, the workshops that you do. I'd feel like it's like you underestimate the contribution that I bring in. Like having to think about, okay, so what snacks are we giving people? Or I would actually not even feel like you're saying thank you. I don't hear thank you or...
Think of it,
I actually sometimes feel like you make me feel like I get more space in Sarah. So, I think the other one is I tend to feel like you underestimate my strengths in terms of what I can bring on the table when we have things like even if I have to say so myself, I think I'm a good writer. So, so just you not thinking that you can pass things by me just makes me wonder, because I know, with your IT background, I would always want your assistance. But now it's an strength, and I'm taking feel like so yeah.
Let me just say something, which I believe is important. You are also quite creative, writing and otherwise, but you're also quite a busy person, and this is something that I want you to know. I often don't come to you, because you sometimes would take a long time. My mind works quite fast.
Yeah,
and sometimes I want decisions to be made and we move on.
Yeah.
And I ignore the strengths that you have. And it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I need to be tapping into the strengths that you have. We are partners more, but I don't, because in my busy mind, I want to get there.
Yeah.
And we seem to be taking forever
That's okay.
to get there.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. What do you need from me that you find hard to ask for?
Hard to ask for. I can't think of anything. Well, if you have an answer the question while I'm thinking.
I'm trying to go through my mind thinking. All right, let's put it this way. If something comes up, we will. What have you needed from me, which you used to find hard to ask for? I'll give you an example from the things that come to mind right now. There was a time when we had to talk because I felt like the hardworking person that you are, you would leave the house with energy in the morning, go and spend it on people at work, then come back exhausted and give me scripts.
Depleted.
But of course we spoke about that at that time. But it was hard because I felt like, but what do I expect from her? For her not to give at work, for her not to be her best. But yeah.
I think maybe for me would be understanding, especially times when maybe I'm working on a proposal and I have to be up early, sleep late. Yeah, sometimes I find it hard to ask for your understanding.
Yeah.
In those moments.
Yeah.
But I'd feel like in my mind, you still expect me to function as if there's nothing hectic happening around me. So I think, maybe that's one thing. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What emotion do you struggle to show me? What emotion do you struggle to show?
The emotion that men struggle to show.
Which is what?
But do I? Yeah, I think it's I struggle to. What words do I put forward? And it's not just with you. I struggle to allow tears of pain to show. I mean, there are times when we are both watching something and even on TV, and it hits a certain place, in the heart, and tears come, and I'm thinking, this can't be happening.
Wow, okay. I think for me it's two things. It's the emotion of the crying. Not that I struggle, but I guess it's just the way I was socialized. The other one is anger. I struggle to show you anger because, like I said earlier, I had to learn to be considerate in how I express myself. So that's why I would take a bit of time before I say how I feel. Yeah, so I think, I would say anger.
Yeah. Okay. How do you know I love you? Not through what I say, but what I do.
All right. Yeah, it's what I said earlier. It's when you are thoughtful, when I've expressed something and you do something to show that, you've understood.
Yeah.
It's when I'm having my back issues and you massage my back. It's when you go out of your way to make me special. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. One of the obvious things for me is, as I said earlier, intimacy between us hasn't always been as good. And I know now with growing, you going through menopause and the challenges that come with that, I see you thinking about my needs.
Yeah.
And I see you not just availing yourself, but also initiating, which communicates a lot. It says, I know your needs, I care about them, and I love you. And obviously also just taking care of me. We spoke earlier about even my dress code. I know that comes from a place of love, even though sometimes
it was a fight. Okay. What do you think we are hesitant to talk about, or a conversation we have been putting off?
Yeah.
Is there a conversation we've been putting off, or we're hesitant to talk about?
I think a conversation we have been, maybe not we have been putting off as in we will see it one day, but I think a conversation we are avoiding is the fact that we parent differently. The way I feel about discipline and, bringing a child back in line, you don't see it that way.
Yeah.
And I know we've both had to compromise. And there are times when I felt like, but we need to go deeper on this one. But now we are almost raising adults.
Yeah. I wouldn't say we've not talked about it, or maybe I think it's an issue also with parenting, but just defining, especially our stance with parenting our older daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, in the sense that, her not being my biological, how do we
navigate,
go about it? So I think it's a conversation that I think we need to expand on.
Yeah, it's a conversation that you and I need to, and then it involves other people as well. So there's need for that. Yeah. But I must say that I'm happy at the way that you have embraced her and have shown impartiality. You have shown, you have actually shown her the parent, that she deserves in you, being my daughter. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Thank you.
This is the Purple Playroom, and we have just listened in to what Gidi and Rapula had to say. And as I'm #CuriousCath, I have so very many questions. Ross probably wants to follow up on a couple of them as well. So let's get right into it. Thank you, by the way, the both of you for coming through and doing this. We really, really appreciate it. Please remember that if something feels uncomfortable, you're always allowed to be like, no.
You can always say, no, Cathy.
No,
Ross.
come out.
And, you guys found in reflecting on the show before, Cathy, you thought that your answers were boring. They
We-
were
yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please be confident of that.
Yeah. So one of the first ones I want to ask has to do with, you mentioned having different parenting styles. And I want to believe that is quite a challenge, or it can be quite a challenge. I want to know how you navigated that and found the peace, the common ground. Like,
And also, when they realized that their parenting styles were different, was it at the very beginning or when the kids got older to say,
yeah, what's going on?
I think it was at the beginning again. Yeah, because now I'm a very disciplinarian, and she is more like,
Yeah.
but the kid has to understand. You have to talk to her.
a more nurturing approach?
know?
Yeah.
And she can get strict, but when did we realize we had, I don't know.
Actually, I don't know. I think the fact that when you married, most of the time, interestingly, you seem to marry somebody who has an opposite personality.
So you complement each other.
Yeah, so we complement each other. So that with it brings the differences.
Yeah.
So I would think.
So what's the halfway ground? Like if you say Araba Shape and you're saying,
maybe
they
I'm the
take
one,
turns,
I'm the
what
one who
okay,
is spanking the most at some point. Yeah. So I don't know when we realize, but I think as when they happen as teenagers, I think that's when it really became apparent. Because now I come from a background being taught from the NGO world where I work. But you have discussions and all that, and he's like, no, not too many discussions.
But it's also understanding yourself, because now I know again, I can get impatient. I want things to be done a certain way. And I can want to get there, and the quickest way is to just fall in line.
Right.
so then where's the compromise? What's the halfway point?
One of the things that we've done well, I think, is to discuss. We may not agree, but we have spoken about it.
Yes.
And we know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Even if we don't agree about, on it, but we know, or at least we are on the same page.
Yes.
I don't do something and then she finds out later.
Yeah. So behind the scenes matters a lot
Yeah.
in parenting.
Yeah.
When we now go out to our kids, we should be a united front. We agree to disagree, and we, so that helps.
So getting into now a reflection in something that you guys talked about very early in the card game that you were playing, about working. The question was, if it were up to you, would you be a stay-at-home mom? Would you be, and you mentioned that if it were up to you, really, you'd work from home, and you said you would be a stay-at-home mom, so please make more money to make that happen. I want to ask you guys, as people who speak to couples, coach couples and the like, do you think that work affects the quality of a relationship or a marriage, especially maybe when the woman doesn't have more of a traditional role, which is to take more of a backseat, kotirong, stay at home, take on more of a traditional role. Do you think that affects the quality of the marriage when both partners are working?
Definitely.
And how so?
Definitely, because like he was sharing, he felt like I go out, spend all the energy, come back depleted, and he gets the crumbs. So, and it doesn't mean that the woman has to be the one who's staying at home, but it really does. So you have to be very intentional, like things like going on days. You have to have a
Routine.
a routine.
Yeah.
Like if we used to do Friday nights, so it'd be like our kids knew what Friday is our date night. Things changed as you grew older, but so it definitely does. So you have to be intentional.
No, I think so. I agree. Work does affect the relationship, but I think if we are not careful, work affects more than just the relationship. It can affect the parenting. It can affect even on the social ground. These days we hear people overworking. Saturdays, Sundays, they are working.
Yeah.
When do you get to meet your friends?
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the situation now. I mean, the 100 pula today is not the same as the 100 pula
Right.
10 years ago,
Right.
even 5 years ago. So people find themselves having to really dive into their work,
Yeah.
and sometimes the relationship falls behind by the wayside.
Yeah.
So you find that being something that you tell couples for to be intentional about.
Yes.
Pouring into each other's cups, pouring into your own cup so you have something to give, right?
Yes. It's also a question of priorities.
Yeah.
It's a question of priorities because we had to agree, or the most important thing in our relationship is, well, first God, then us.
Yeah.
Even our kids know, or they come after us.
Yeah.
You know, work is even further to a point where I remember it was 3 years into our marriage. I said to her, I'm not doing this again. You are it. We are here.
Yeah.
You know, I said to her,
We're
I'm
locked
not,
in.
we are together.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we ended up with the conversation in area. If you should get a job far away, even if my job is lucrative, if you love your job more, I'm quitting. I'm following you. If I should get schooling somewhere and I want to pursue that, you are quitting, you are coming with me.
Yeah.
Nothing is more important than this.
Yeah. So yeah.
I love that. I think that's so important. I want to know though, because life is not all sunshine and fairy
Yeah,
tales,
no.
though I wish it was. But how do you, after you've had an argument, a disagreement,
Yeah.
how do you, like you said, you know, say for example with the parenting, you need to come to that common ground, right? What are some of the things that help you get there? How do you come back to each other after having had that tiff?
Yeah. I think the conversation outside of the conversation helps. You know, she said earlier that we have been trained, you know, in the church with counseling and, you know, all that. Those lessons are quite crucial. When we do realize that we are now going this way, the conversation we have now is not the current conflict. It's also remember who you are. You know, remember when you process information this way because you are wired this way. So we understand that part. Then we can come back now to resolving the actual problem. You know, that has been helpful for us to understand. We talk about when we counsel couples, we talk about life traps, you know, we talk about what else?
Coping mechanisms that you
mechanisms.
develop along the way.
Yes. And we have to understand ourselves. And then, you know, we can get to solving the problem.
Yeah, so we speak now sort of 25 years later, but it has not always been easy.
I can imagine.
So one of the things that we really struggled with a lot earlier on is emotional connection.
Yeah.
Because like he shared, he's more of an introvert than I am. So how on a tension, you know, you could feel that, you know, there will be that
vibes,
withdrawal. And so one of the things that helps us honestly is that we have a community around us of people that shall really know us, people that we've been doing this life together for years. So sometimes it's just a call to one of our friends, hey, and sometimes they would even come.
Yeah.
We come and talk. A safe space, another couple comes in. A lady, he talks, and then we come. Because now when we are with another couple, so the space becomes a little bit.
Can I just to see different perspectives?
I just want to just take that further, because there's this concept of airing your dirty laundry in public, right? And then Gatswana as well. Exactly. So this is something that you clearly don't seem to be exercising. Take me through.
There is a part of that.
Okay.
There is a part of that. Now, it's not just everybody. We have people that, like she says, we have gone through life with.
Okay.
They know us. An inner circle.
Even Jesus had an inner circle. He had 12 disciples, but the few that
That's true. Now, the funny thing is, we do meet new people as we go. By the way, they are looking for people that they can confide in. And at times we have to sit in front of somebody and actually open up about our problems so that they get comfortable enough to open up as well.
Yeah.
You know, so it's calculated, it's safe space, but yes, you've got to be open.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be open to get help.
Yeah.
Since we've been doing love with these people for such a long time, you know, we have similar values.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing that cannot be talked about.
Yeah.
If we're having a challenge with our intimacy, we sit down and we talk to a couple and we really, really, you know, go into the details.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with finances or parenting or anything really. Because at the end of the day, the marriage has to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not me, not him. The marriage.
I like that.
Right.
I like that.
Do you two have experience of, you know, a lot of people struggle with confrontation. They struggle to say, I didn't like this or I don't like that, or just for fear of disturbing the peace, right? It happens to a lot of people, not only in relationships and friendships and, you know, with colleagues and stuff like that. But have you guys experienced a time where maybe avoiding talking about something, letting something or sweeping things under the rug has brought you to a place where you wouldn't have been there if you had just confronted the issue the first time around?
Avoiding an issue. Yeah. I can't think of an example right now. But let me just say, one of the things that we were taught earlier on and now we teach is separate the person from the problem.
Yeah.
You know, even in the conversation, when you talk to your spouse, it matters. See, if you say, you made me angry, now I'm making you the villain.
Yes.
You know, but if you say, you know,
this
the
when
way
you
you
did
spoke
this,
to me
yeah.
made me feel this way.
Yes.
Now their thinking is, okay, so how can I, you know, package it so that they don't feel that way?
Right.
You know, so it's how you speak as well. You know,
Yeah, so earlier on it was difficult because I'm there.
direct.
Yeah, direct. Yeah.
Right now,
I feel you.
No, what do you want to think about? Let's deal with it now.
Yeah, so I had to learn to wait. I had to learn to, you know, and not sweep under the carpet, but wait.
Yeah.
You know.
Allow him to process it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, you know, the thing is, the trainings that we've received, that we continue to receive, because we still learn from other couples and we have these marriage enrichment workshops. We learn a lot about how to even understand each other's personalities. Like you were talking about, you learn about what are life traps. Things that it's like our temperaments plus our socialization make us who we are, build up personality. Then along the way, we learn coping mechanisms. Babangwe, they retreat, you know, fight or fight.
Just close off.
Babangwe. So that helps. So for me to understand him and for him to understand me, it helps us to learn how to deal with conflict.
Yeah.
So what conflict resolution, like you were talking about how to package communication skills.
Yeah.
What are things that make or break communication? So a lot of things hinge around communication when you look at it in relationships.
Yeah. So under the carpet, one of the things that we believe and we've believed for a long time is no topic is off the table when it comes to us. So even things that are uncomfortable for her or uncomfortable for me, eventually we have to speak. So we have to find a way.
Yeah.
It was very uncomfortable for me to discuss intimacy, guys.
Good girl syndrome. Yeah. Can you explain what that is for someone?
Yeah, that was one of my questions.
It's something that I think is common for especially people who grew up in church. So you grew up in an environment where it's like sex is so sacred that you can't even talk about it.
Even in the relationship.
Yes, and initially, obviously, as a single person, you know, it would be challenging for me to go there because, you know, I'm trying to really work at my purity. You know, so coming into the marriage, then I came with that thing, you know, I can't
Still
even
in the
do
shell.
certain styles and I can't, you know, go there. So, being creative and adventurous, you know.
Because marriage is long.
Yeah, it is.
It needs to be
Marriage is long.
And as you grow older, it gets even more challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to really find ways to spice it up. And so this is where even talking to friends, close friends, we really, we share ideas and stuff. So it keeps it interesting. Yeah. It was difficult at the beginning. I remember talking to one couple that was mentoring us, and we're having challenges with, what's the word? Because we're newly married. I felt like he's moving too fast. Can we take it slow? I remember the brother, one of the guys encouraging me, sometimes just laugh. Just laugh through it so that you were a diffuser.
Just normalize kind of the situation you're in. And if you're not going to talk about it together, who are you going to talk about it?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It's true.
Do you want to add something to that? Okay, so in terms of advice, if you had to advise a couple that's getting married, what are some of the things that, and I'm sure you do anyways, right?
Yeah, in the counseling. We can we're thinking about getting married. What are some of the things? Not even what do you advise. I'm sure before you advise, you ask. Right?
So you understand their situation.
So you...
We ask a lot of questions.
So we have a whole list of topics that we do with couples premarital counseling. Topics such as issues on communication, so that they are able to figure out what communication is, conflict
resolution.
How to handle conflict. Finances. We talk in-laws. We talk intimacy. Intimacy. What else? So those are the main ones.
Mostly, because you see, a lot of times we meet and we love each other, and we become blinded to reality, and so we don't discuss the deep topics that we have to discuss.
Kind of just assume,
and then we get into married, but how is it discuss? That's why we come in. We force you to now have to think through them. Those kinds of topics.
So, which means we look at. So through that topic, we're able to help you discuss things that you'd normally not discuss. Excited, I can. So, for example, do you want to have kids? If you do, how many kids do you want to have? What if the other doesn't want to have kids? What is the plan? What are your ambitions?
Compromise, right? You don't have kids.
I know a couple actually who was in premarital counseling, and the gentleman was asked, "Would you ever want to take a second wife?" And he said, "Yeah." And the wife was like, "I didn't know that about you." What? I mean, they ended up getting married, and they've been married for a long time, and there's no second wife. I guess they sorted that out. But wait, you didn't know that about him.
Do you ever tell people, you guys probably shouldn't get married?
Or have you experienced them going through premarital counseling and realizing that maybe we're not for each other? Them making that decision on their own?
We haven't, have we?
Yeah.
I remember one couple that we were counseling. It was a couple that was not in our community, and we could see red flags. We could see red flags, and in counseling, you don't tell people what to do.
Yes.
You just help them navigate.
Yes.
Until they
get to ask the right question.
And make the decisions. But I remember that we were very concerned about this couple. Who were getting married, and it was a bit late when we met them.
As in, they were close to getting married.
So, I mean, we did the best we could, and thank God they're still together. But we felt like, if we had met them earlier, it would have helped to really take the journey with.
What is the right stage, if, say, Cathy and I are considering marriage, respectively, to come and say premarital counseling? Because a lot of the premarital counseling I've encountered with people close to me is, they've already decided they're getting married. Their families know we are in the process of getting married. And premarital counseling is a box to tick. At what stage is it pertinent that I come in and see Kidi and Rapu?
So it depends. I would say it depends. We have the privilege of, within our church community, we have the privilege of knowing the people. Some of them grew up but highly, I would say maybe 3 months gives you good time. But a lot of times you find that they're already engaged.
Yeah. So before
Before the engagement, basically.
Yeah. Well, as a life coach
Yeah.
and a relationship coach,
Maybe.
there are times when people are thinking about it. They're not engaged yet.
yes.
So you can coach them through the relationship itself towards that. But
That's a good
like she's saying, it really depends.
Yeah.
It depends. The one thing that I would say, Kegore, we believe that this whole thing, Yagore, we are not compatible. It's just a question of we don't really understand each other.
Right.
We are not ready.
Right.
So I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we advise, we think a couple should not get married, but maybe they are not yet ready to get married. They need to go through some things. They need to ask each other some questions. They need to make some decisions. And no,
they're in it for the long
they're in it for the long haul. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was ready to get married, she wasn't.
Yeah.
Wow, Kitty. So
I'm not ready to lose my independence.
She was not ready to give up her independence.
Okay.
And there were things she was processing there,
Yes.
which took somebody to help her see
Process
and process
on
it.
my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
would, I'm very curious about what kind of couple you would say needs counseling in general, right?
Yeah.
Do I come, make sure that my partner and I are sitting down in front of someone at least? I like to use the phrase prevention versus cure, right? Should we be sitting down in front of, a counselor once a year, every quarter? How often should we be doing maintenance, for lack of a better phrase, on our relationship?
I was looking for that word
Hey.
because recently I did a short video and I said, can we just normalize maintenance?
Yeah. Just like Koloi Bata said,
Exactly.
and before it
Exactly.
completely breaks down, make sure periodically you're
Yeah,
taking care.
yeah, and it's quite important. We have arrangements where we meet every now and then, and sometimes we meet and really, for the past couple of months, there hasn't been any conflict. But we meet with this couple, they are our mentor, and we just sit and we drink tea and we talk and laugh and, but any couple,
Yeah.
any marriage, any relationship,
At any
need
time.
maintenance
Yeah.
at any time.
And not only when there are problems.
Yes.
Because I think it's said that people seek counseling only when there are problems.
It's probably too late at that point, isn't it?
Yes.
I hope not. I
Not necessarily. Hopefully not. But it's you are seeking counseling at a time when you have emotions are high.
Yeah.
But imagine what would happen if you have periodic moments where you just talk and you are checked. Oh, so are you guys going on dates? How are you coping with young kids? How are you? What are you doing? How is the intimacy now that you have young kids? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things that we talk through with other couples. How are you guys doing on the finances? I know you had a loan. Not that we are financial gurus, but you are helping them to process. Sometimes you're helping them to have the conversations that they have not had yet.
Yeah.
Because of the busyness of life.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like a life coach, but for the marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really
And
makes
sometimes you send people to the right people, You ask questions and realize, but this one is beyond us. So can you guys arrange with so-and-so, go see them?
I'm glad you guys are humble enough to be able to tell a couple that this one is above our Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question, you actually just mentioned finances, has to do with finances, which we know are one of, if not the biggest cause of divorce alongside infidelity. You mentioned earlier a really tough financial time, and I cannot not ask how you survive that, and for you to just share some of the tips, because the lives that we live now I want to believe that financial challenges are going to hit every single couple, no matter how rich that man or woman is when you get married.
Yeah.
At some point, you will meet financial challenges.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough one. But, they say that you go through problems to strengthen you. That is one of the times that I knew that this woman loves me, because I had messed up.
Yeah.
Big time. I
Yeah.
had messed up. Two things that I remember she did, but she did a lot at that time. But one, she called a friend of ours who's a businessman, who has been in trouble with businesses,
Yeah.
and said, Chief, your friend needs help.
Yeah.
You need to talk to your friend, So this guy called me and said, let's get tea. And we spoke through that situation, and he shared with me what he had gone through. The good thing is as couples, we are good friends, and we know what they have gone through. So it took someone taking me through what they have gone through, but she arranged it. I wasn't even ready. She took the initiative and she called this guy and said, your friend needs you. The second thing that she did is now she faced me and said, dude, we are in this thing together.
Yeah.
We will solve it together.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Man. Yeah. Basari banit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just God.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned earlier when playing the card game, especially you, Rapula, that an emotion you struggle to show your wife is tears, pain. Is that because of the way that you were socialized? And because my generation struggles to believe, I'm 31 years old, struggles to believe that to be true because we're very outwardly emotional people. We're expressive.
Yeah.
So when people say, men don't cry, and we think to ourselves, is that really true? But does that apply to your generation for real?
Yeah. Yeah, it is socialization for the most part, yeah. But I do remember a time, I don't know if you do, very early on, I think we were even, before we got married, we were dating. Something happened. We were with a group of friends, having a good time, chilling, laughing. And I got a call, which was quite hurtful.
Yeah.
And I had to step out of the house. She came after me and I broke down, right there in front of her, I broke down.
Remember.
Yeah.
There was that long ago that you saw me cry that you don't remember.
Yeah. But it is socialization.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
At the end.
Yeah. And how do you feel expressing those emotions? Does it come naturally to you?
No. I think nowadays, I'm okay with crying. But it was also socialization on my part.
Yeah.
But I've also, I think I grew up with, I had this thing, I don't know, I'm a strong girl.
Oh, I'm a crier. I cry at a nice birthday card. I cry at a commercial. If the puppies in the commercial are too cute, the toilet paper commercial, I'll cry.
Yeah.
Books, movies.
That's a strength.
Yeah?
It's a strength.
Yeah, I cry for
But I think nowadays, I honestly just feel like I
it is what it is, right?
And, I have nothing to
You got nothing to lose.
to lose.
I think the last one from me, Cathy, do you have anything?
No.
The last thing from me is we hear a lot, this is said all the time, Hore, love is a choice, especially for people who've been together as long as you guys have, Hore. You have to choose the person every day.
Yeah.
For somebody who's maybe watching this today, who doesn't understand that concept, is maybe new in their relationship, it's still very intense, the emotions are strong, and, what does that mean? Yeah, for somebody who doesn't understand that or has never experienced that.
Yeah.
Let me say it's the first thing is you have to learn that when we counsel couples, it's beyond the ceremony.
Yeah.
We are preparing them for beyond the ceremony.
For the long haul.
A lot of times people are preparing for the ceremony,
The wedding.
Yeah.
for the wedding
marriage.
day. After the wedding day, when everybody has gone, now you are sitting here, you are fighting, and then your uncle did this and that. The other thing is to remember that how I looked 25 years ago is completely different from how I look now. the minute I have kids, I changed. I gained weight and, so we have to connect at a deeper level. Because a lot of times we also focus on the outward appearance. And I'm not saying we shouldn't take care of ourselves, but I'm just saying that I need to connect with him at a level, even as we grow older, I still love the person that he is. So marriage is really for the long haul. So how would they, love is
a choice.
It's a choice. It means you nurture the marriage and you choose the person again and again and again. Does it mean that as you go, you don't meet guys that look handsome?
Yeah.
You do.
Exist.
Yeah.
You meet guys
Who share the same interests as you, who are
with differently.
Yeah.
You do.
Yes.
But you know what? Because I've made a choice. It's not
settling.
I'm not
Yeah.
settling.
Yes.
I've made a choice, and I cannot have everybody that looks handsome.
Yeah.
So I've made a choice, and I'm going to connect to it. And that's why you have to find ways to nurture. You have to find those fire
think
to stoke the.
That's the thing
marriage.
couples struggle with today is they feel like they have so many choices.
Yeah, that's the
That's
problem.
why commitment is a struggle. And, how can I be in this one place when, today it's Cathy, Kitties, tomorrow it's Ross,
It speaks to character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Character.
Committing to.
What like a character.
Yeah. But relationships also go through different stages.
Yes.
Of course, attraction is important. It's one of the first stages. But beyond attraction, there is work. And even that work, like she's saying, it's not settling. It's not, where can I go? But it's, this is my person.
Yeah.
I choose this person again and again and again. Even through the shenanigans that they have, I still choose them.
Yeah. And shenanigans. There will be shenanigans.
They will. And to always remember that the grass always seems greener on the other side.
Yes.
Always seems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Malating after the grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, well, it's where you water it. So
Yeah.
you can stop watering here.
Exactly.
It won't be green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, as we approach the end of our episode, before we thank you for this, agreeing to do this crazy thing that we do every week, we ask all our couples to do this one thing. You are both going to ask each other a question and answer it together. God forbid, Kit, if this were the last conversation that you were having with Rapula, what would you want him to know? You can answer him.
This were the last conversation.
No, you are going to tell him what you
You're going to tell him what
this was the last conversation you guys were to have.
And then he's going to die.
No. Hopefully.
Wow, Kitty, hopefully that would really
My mind went there too.
Yeah.
If
If this was the last time you guys, were ever going to communicate, what would you want him to leave knowing?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one thing that I want to live knowing
Yeah.
is that I've had a great time with you. I love how we grew up together. I love how we learned to live with each other. With all our ups and downs.
Yeah.
How we became stronger even in hard situations, hard times. And I actually love how you support me, even in times when I feel like, yes, I'm asking for too much. And you are still supportive. Like maybe say I have a family that needs something and you are willing to really go the extra mile.
Yes.
Those kind of things I really appreciate. Yeah. And I love how you challenge me to be better every time. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking. Gore. You know what? You've given me such a friend that I've enjoyed the ride.
Oh, wow.
Through the difficulty, through everything that we have gone through, you supporting me, you being there for my family. Yeah, I guess the final thing would be, given the choice, I would choose you again.
I'll do the same.
Yeah. I'm going to come and sit with you guys. If God chooses to bless me with a husband soon,
Yeah.
Hopefully in the near future.
Sometime soon. Yeah.
Soon.
No, pre-marital
Premarital
counseling.
Yeah, that's what I've taken away from this conversation is just the importance of
Definitely.
that maintenance.
Yeah.
Like you were speaking on, it's unmatched, it's invaluable.
It's everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, Rapula and Kidi. Thank you so much for coming through today.
So welcome.
I wish to have a story like yours, and I believe we are meant to live till we're much older, so I stay holding that faith. But thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It's been an honor. I think I'm happy it's over, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Because now you've gotten it all out there. This was maintenance actually for you.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
contributed.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, we are actually, you know, when we commercialize the cards, we will definitely send you a box. We're actually going to make it with 100 cards
Nice.
for you to really get deep into it. It has different sections, an emotional, an intimacy one, life in general, so you can get to know each other a little bit deeper. We hope that it'll
That would be cool.
prompt necessary conversations between couples, because some people want to talk but never really know where to start.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we're doing something good in the games, and we'll definitely
Yes,
send you a box.
definitely.
And maybe you'll share it with the communities as well that
Totally.
that you coach.
Totally.
Yeah, but we're really grateful that you could join us. Thank you for being our first married couple on the Valentine's series. We're very proud of you, and we wish you all the best, truly, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And that's
for
how we
having us.
close off this episode of the Purple Playroom. Remember, we are normally on Tuesday evenings from 10 to 12 midnight. This Valentine's series is going to be on Gabs FM between 10 and 12 midnight. Remember, you can also find us on social media, TikTok, as well as on Instagram, as well as Facebook. Just type the Purple Playroom.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can watch full episodes of the Purple Playroom. It is a perfect show. The Purple Playroom. I believe this is episode 11, and we are going into the stratosphere. Thank you so much to 8 at Design for hosting us. They are in Block 10 Sikloa in the Design Quarter. If you would love a lovely meal and a lovely ambiance to go along
And they
with
made
it,
the
this is
best
definitely
chocolate
the
cake.
plan.
I had to throw that in.
Oh yeah, Kathy's a sucker for chocolate cakes. If she says it's good, then we believe her for sure. Like she said, follow us on all our social media platforms. See you on the next episode. This is the Purple Playroom.
Amo beats. Ghost in my room, you stare. But I guess that's just status, 'cause I'm you. Ghost in my room, you stare. But I guess that's just status, 'cause like you are.